Welcome to Protagonist Pub. My name is Tammy, and this is where characters gather. And it's book club time. So, poll went up for September, and it was a tight race between two books, and I am very excited about the winner, and I am looking forward to it. So let's go over the four books, and then I will announce the winner. So one of the books was Live Not by Lies by Dreher. This is a nonfiction, and I will read the inside flap. Ooh. Apparently I am 38 pages into this one. Over the past few years, America has seen the rise of a chilling, soft totalitarianism. Something more Brave New World than 1984. Identity politics are beginning to encroach on every aspect of life. Progressive attempts to marginalize conservatives, traditional Christians, and other dissenters, sneering at the idea of civil liberties protecting their beliefs. Corporations now censor opinions with which they disagree. Technology is inching us towards a surveillance state, and consumerism has dulled our spirits and made us willing to accept a secularism imposed not by gulags, but by softer means. Despite these warnings, many American Christians fail to recognize the dangers, and even fewer know what they can do to resist. Meanwhile, the men and women who survived communist oppression have been sounding the alarm that their souls and their liberties are already at stake. In Live Not by Lies, Dreher amplifies the alarm and explains why it is so hard for us to recognize the threat of totalitarianism in our own time. He lays out the steps for the resistance and shares stories of modern-day dissidents who preserve their faith and their integrity during a time of tyranny. I know I started this way back in 2020 and 2021 maybe, and life got in the way. I need to finish this. So, okay, what was next? Next up was the choice of the Saturday Night at the Lakeside Supper Club by J. Ryan Stradal. This is available at my library. I haven't gone and picked it up, so I'm going to read from the laptop. Marielle Prager needs a break. Her husband Ned is having an identity crisis. Her spunky, beloved restaurant is bleeding money by the day, and her mother, Florence, is stubbornly refusing to leave the church, where she's been holed up for more than a week. The Lakeside Supper Club has been in her family for decades, and while Marielle's grandmother embraced the business, seeing it as a saving grace, Florence never took to it. When Marielle inherited the restaurant, skipping Florence, it created a rift between mother and daughter that never quite healed. Ned is also an heir to a chain of homestyle diners, and while he doesn't have a head for business, he knows his family's chain could provide a better future than his wife's fading restaurant. In the aftermath of a devastating tragedy, Ned and Marielle lose almost everything they hold dear, and the hard-won victories of each family hang in the balance. With their dreams dashed, can one fractured family find a way to rebuild despite their losses, and will the Lakeside Supper Club be their salvation? I softy enough this last year. It is a softy enough. I will finish this one way or another. This is most likely on my September pile of possibilities. His writing is absolutely beautiful, and the fact that every book is set in Minnesota just makes me happy. It makes me happy. I don't know another way to say it. It just makes me happy. Okay, what was next? Up next, we had a Christian romantic suspense from Diann Mills. That would be Under a Desert Sky. And I think this is a re-release. There are two covers. One is more dated than dated. I say that. It's Amanda's term. It always makes me smile. And one is newer, so it may be a re-release. Let's see. Yep, it's a re-release. Originally published in 2011. Here is the summary. When Eva Fortner's grandfather is murdered, her attorney urges her to leave New York and take refuge in the high desert area of New Mexico. Leaving her life of wealth behind, Eva attempts to make sense of the tragedies of her life. Navajo David Benally has his hands full taking care of his people's medical needs. But when his father asks him to help fulfill a vow made to Eva's father, he has no choice but to oblige. He views Eva as a spoiled rich girl until he sees her strength in the midst of life-threatening danger. I love New Mexico. I love the way Diann writes. This was very high on my list of possibilities. So next up is a new release from Ellie Alexander that is Body in the Bookstore. This is the first book in the Secret Bookcase mystery series. I know the second book has released, so nobody's really far behind. And I will read you the blurb. Bookseller Annie Murray is thrilled when the mystery-themed book festival she sets up to revive the dwindling fortunes of her workplace and sanctuary seems poised for success. But events take a shocking turn when a body is discovered hidden behind the shelves, and it's revealed that the victim is Annie's old college acquaintance. Determined to ensure the festival's success and save the small town of Redwood Grove from a killer, Annie begins piecing together clues with the help of her friends. But as the list of suspects grows longer, a local boutique owner, an envious old classmate, a bitter ex-boyfriend, Annie is drawn deeper into the case. With the aid of her old criminology professor turned detective, can Annie unmask the murderer before they turn her festival into a real-life whodunit? I love the way Ellie writes. I love her easy to, slip into cozy mysteries. So I was very happy to put this new series on from Ellie and hope that everybody got a chance to fall in love with the new cozy series and author. So, which book won? I am as pleased as punch to tell you it is Body in the Bookstore by Ellie Alexander. I will put the chapters up on Discord this weekend. I will probably undoubtedly read this come September 1st. I've been looking forward to this one for a while. It kept getting put off on my mental pile, so no longer. It's available on Kindle Unlimited if you have it. I would say it's probably available in your library, but I don't know if that's true, if this is independently published. I don't know off the top of my head if it is. So you can always check your library. I look forward to figuring out who put the body in the bookstore with all of you. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Just FYI, I haven't read anything yet this week. I think I read a lot last week, and my brain is just like, So we will see what Monday's wrap-up holds. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you here next time at the Protagonist Pub.